The world moves fast with so many people and so many places to go. We need vehicles to move everyone around. Today on Job Jam's Countdown, we're counting down our 10 favorite transportation vehicles. These are vehicles that get people where they need to go, to school, to work, and back home again. It's our transportation vehicles.
Job Jam's Countdown. Number 10.
Buses. They're big vehicles on wheels that can carry a lot of people. School buses bring kids to school and back home every day, but there are so many other kinds of buses too. City buses that bring people into the city for work, to the store, or to visit the city park. Some buses can drive long distances. They might take people to different countries. These buses are specially made to be comfortable for long trips so the riders can sit back and relax or maybe even take a nap during the drive. Buses are efficient vehicles because they can carry a lot of people and keep a lot of extra cars off the road. Bus drivers have very important jobs because they help so many people get around.
Number 9.
Subway system. They're kind of like trains, but they usually travel underground. You typically find subway systems in big cities. People use them every day to get to work or to the grocery store to do some shopping. To get onto the subway, you need a ticket. Some people buy a new ticket every day, and other people buy a monthly pass so they can ride the subway as many times as they want. The subway trains travel really fast, and they make a lot of stops so people can get off the subway when they need to. Most subway systems run on electricity. It's a more efficient and cleaner way to travel. You can find subway systems around the world. Some even travel underwater with special tunnels that keep the water out.
Number 8.
Taxi. They're special cars that drive people around. If you're traveling to a new city, you might use a taxi or rideshare service to get around. These cars are driven by professional drivers who really know the city. They know where everything is and the best places to visit. To ride in a taxi or rideshare, you might call them on the phone or use an app on your phone to schedule a pickup. The driver will drive over to pick you up, and then you tell them where you want to go. Some people who are on vacation will hire a taxi service to drive them to a restaurant, to a sporting event, or to their hotel so they can go and sleep. They might also hire a taxi to pick them up at the airport. Some people hire taxis every day, so they don't have to buy their own car. In big cities, it can be very expensive to own your own car, so people might use taxis every day to bring them to work or to the grocery store to buy their food. Taxis and rideshare companies help millions of people every year.
Number 7.
Helicopters. They're kind of like airplanes, but instead of having their wings on the side, helicopters have wings on top. The blades, or rotors, spin really fast to give the helicopter lift. One great thing about helicopters is they don't need a lot of space to take off and land. With airplanes, you need a runway to build up enough speed to get off the ground. But with helicopters, all you need is a flat space where the helicopter can take off and land. People might use helicopters to fly to different cities for work. Some people even use helicopters to travel and see new places. In some vacation spots, you can take a helicopter to see nature, like to see a volcano or a mountain. Helicopters are also used to transport people who are sick or injured to the hospital. The helicopter can fly really fast, and they don't have to worry about traffic on the street like you would with a normal ambulance. Helicopters can be used so many different ways to get people around.
Number 6.
Ferry boat. They're special boats that help people get around. Did you know there are some islands where the only way to get there is with a ferry boat? The driver might take people to the island a few times a day. The ferry boats are so big, they can even transport cars and trucks, so people can drive them once they reach the island. For people who live on these islands, the ferry boat is so important. It's their only way to stay connected with the outside world. You might be able to ride a ferry boat on a vacation. Some islands are popular tourist spots where tourists can stop by for a visit. The boat rides can be fun. You can look out at nature and the water as you take a ride on the ocean or river. Some ferry boats also transport food and supplies to the island so the people who live there can live and have fun.
Number 5.
Cruise ship. They're huge ships that can carry a lot of people who are on vacation. Cruise ships are kind of like little cities on the water. They have hundreds of rooms where people sleep. They also have stores and restaurants, and many have pools and other activities you can enjoy during the cruise. Some people ride cruise ships to relax and have fun. They love to take a slow ride across the ocean and to look out at the water. The person who is in charge of the cruise ship is called the captain. They follow a map so they can drive the cruise ship where it needs to go. The captain is in charge of a big crew of workers who drive, clean, and maintain the cruise ship. You might also see food workers and entertainers on a cruise ship. What's really cool about cruise ships is they can transport you to faraway places. Most cruise ships follow a map that takes the ship to several different stops. At each stop, everyone on the cruise ship can get off the ship and go exploring. Sometimes the travelers might spend several days at a stop, and sometimes they might only stay for a few hours before they get back on the ship and head to the next stop.
Number 4.
Airplanes. When you need to travel somewhere that's really far away, an airplane is the best way to travel. To fly on an airplane, you need to buy a ticket. Then you need to pack your bags and head to the airport. The workers there will help you get onto the airplane and find your seat. That's when the pilot will do their safety checks on the airplane, and then they get ready to take off. Once the plane is in the air, you can travel really fast. Some planes can fly nearly 600 miles an hour, or nearly 1,000 kilometers an hour. That's a lot faster than a car or a truck.
Number 3.
Bicycles. They don't have motors or engines, but they're a great way to get around. Some people ride their bikes for fun, but some people ride them to work every day. They strap on their helmets and hit the road. When you're riding your bike to work, it's important to watch for other vehicles to stay safe, to signal when you're turning and slowing down. It's also important to keep an eye on the weather because it's hard to ride your bike in the rain or the snow. You might need an extra coat to keep you warm. In some cities, people use their bikes to carry people to where they need to go. They use their bike to pull a special carriage that can carry people that sit in it. It takes a lot of strength and energy to pull other people around on your bike, but it can be a fast and efficient way to get around in the big city.
Number 2.
Hot air balloons. It's a really fun way to travel. Hot air balloons use science and hot air to lift a special balloon into the air. The operator and passengers stand in the basket of the hot air balloon as they fly through the air. With most hot air balloons, only a few people can ride at a time. Most people don't ride hot air balloons for work or for travel. They're mostly just for fun. People might go on a hot air balloon ride to look at nature and to see the world from high up in the air. A lot of vacation spots have hot air balloons nearby, so travelers can go on a ride to see the sights. The operator can take the travelers to the best spots to see waterfalls, mountains, and maybe even a beautiful sunset.
Number 1.
Trains, one of the oldest forms of transportation. Trains have been around a long time, since the early 1800s. Trains are still used today around the world. They can run on electricity, coal, and diesel fuel. Some people ride trains every day to work, and some people ride trains only on vacation. In some areas of the world, trains are very important. In Europe, people ride trains all the time to visit other countries and cities. It's a really quick way to travel. With trains, the engineer does the driving so you as the passenger can sit back and relax. Some people watch movies while they ride the train. Other people do work or play games. Operating a train takes a big team. There are the engineers who operate the train, the conductors who help the passengers and take everyone's tickets, and then there are the maintenance workers who fix the trains. They really are amazing machines. So that's our list of our top 10 transportation vehicles. Thanks for watching. Now get out there and explore the world.